Hey guys, Cool Brick here with my Maersk locomotive from the Maersk train set. I've had this train for a while. Looks really great. It was pretty popular. A lot of people had it, and you can see I fitted a 9-volt motor to it. And this video is about the customization that I took it upon myself to perform on this, which was utilizing what seemed like a pretty convenient setup within the train. So in the actual set, you I think can remove the false engine that's in here behind this panel, and there's one on the other side as well. And you can put in a Power Functions battery box, and then I think if you had one of those Power Functions electric train motors, you could attach it to the battery box. But since I had a 9-volt motor on here, using the conversion cables, I decided that you can. It's nice because you can put a normal Power Functions motor. You can actually attach it to the 9-volt motor, as I've said in a previous video. And when you run the 9-volt motor, your Power Functions motor is also going to run. So I figured, well, what can I do with a spinning Power Functions motor on a train? And I noticed on my Maersk train, you have 4 fans up here, or air filters, fans. I think they're fans to cool the engine. And they're all mounted on pieces with an axle going through a pin-sized hole. So I thought maybe I can somehow connect a small motor in here to all of these. So I actually did do that, and I'll remove this panel so that you guys can see exactly what I did. So you can see in here I've got the small motor, and I've got some gears in here to lead up to a higher axle, and that axle goes all the way up against the roof, and I used bevel gears to attach them to these air filters. Now I don't have track in my studio, so I can't use track to power this, but I have my trusty battery box, and I can go ahead and just pop off my whoops, well, I can do that too. I can just take this off and attach the cable to the battery box so that I can show you guys what it looks like. And, well, I remembered this is actually the wrong end of my 9-volt motor. Oh no, guys, it's not going to attach. Well, I'll just do this manually and show you guys how this works. I'll just spin up that gear myself, and so you can see the fans spinning, because I forgot that you can't attach that end of the cable to a battery box. So if I turn this, if you watch the fans, and here they are indeed turning. These 3 fans all go the same way. This one goes a different direction because the beveled gear, this beveled gear is the only one facing that direction. All the rest of them face that way. So yeah, this works really well on the track. They do go quite fast, and you can't really notice it, but it was just something that kind of irked me, that there was the space, and I figured that it was able to be done, so I set about doing it. And it did take quite a lot of trial and error with different sizes of gears. You can actually see I used some of those older Technic gears, not the newer style, because the newer style didn't quite fit right. So I had to use the older ones, which thankfully just barely fit and just barely managed to work right. And I did have to do a small bit of customization to the train itself, which unfortunately was a little bit taxing to the train and for my time. And as you can see, I'm actually having a bit of a struggle here. This motor used to be a hole, the furthest hole to the front, but I had to move it back 1 hole to make room for this cable. So, that's just one example of all the trouble I had to go through in changing a whole bunch of other things in the train just so I could have room for something silly like a cable. So that was a little bit tedious, but I am really glad that I managed to eventually pull it off. This one goes on the other side. So you guys can let me know what you think. Sorry that this was probably not that interesting of a video. It just consisted of me putting my hands in front of the camera a whole lot and realizing that stuff didn't work. So sorry about that, but I'm glad that you got a look at you know, something that did work, kind of. So, yeah, you can let me know what you think, and hopefully this is inspiration to customize some of your own trains if you have train sets. I do recommend pretty much all of the train sets that LEGO has. They're all really great, so if you have the funds to get your hands on one, I really would recommend it. And, yep, thanks a lot for watching, and as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.